Saving for retirement can feel daunting. The same goes for managing your money once you've stopped working. That's why we've created an 8-week newsletter series breaking down what you need to consider, both pre- and post-retirement, into bite-sized chunks. If you sign up to our free retirement newsletters, for 8 weeks we'll send you an email full of expert guidance to help you take control of your retirement planning and give you the confidence to make smart decisions. We'll help you get to grips with your pension, teach you how to boost your income, and explain more about care options. It doesn't matter when you sign up either. Your 8 weeks of advice will start whenever you sign up. So what are you waiting for? Head to which.co.uk/retirement newsletters, all one word, to get up to speed on everything you need to know for retirement.
Hello and welcome to Which Shorts. Each week on the podcast we delve inside one of the Which magazines, choose a piece that was written by one of our brilliant journalists and bring it to life, giving you loads of advice for free. This week we're going to help you with that New Year declutter. Perhaps you're one of those who's having a clear out after Christmas, want to get rid of those Christmas presents that you know you'll never use, or you're looking to bag a pre-loved bargain. Well, in the December edition of The Which magazine, Nicole Colby explained how you can use second-hand marketplaces to your advantage. Here's her piece, adapted for the podcast, this week read by the presenter of the Which Money podcast, Lucia Ariano.
The rise of second-hand marketplaces such as Depop and Vinted make it easier to declutter your home while earning some extra money, and it's even cheaper now that eBay has ditched seller fees. But choosing the right company, whether you're buying or selling, depends on the item. The easiest way to figure out where to sell is to search a few sites and see if they list similar items to yours, while comparing the prices. Vinted is the favoured second-hand site for UK shoppers and sellers, as revealed by a Which survey. It sells everything from homewares to pet toys. It is particularly popular for children's clothing, made easier due to simple search tools. Depop is best known for trendy and vintage clothing, but it also lists books, art and records. ASOS Marketplace has curated vintage collections as well as listings from charity shops such as Cancer Research, British Red Cross, Farah and Oxfam. Meanwhile, eBay lists practically everything. Alongside online classifieds such as Gumtree, social sites, Nextdoor and Facebook Marketplace are ideal for buying and selling locally. You can pick up furniture on Facebook and Gumtree for astonishingly low prices. If you want someone to come and pick up the item, if it needs disassembling or testing out, or it is very large or heavy, these are the sites to consider. Amazon Marketplace accepts used products in a few categories, including books, cameras, and electronics such as smartphones and computers, but be sure to wipe the data first if you're choosing to sell. Second-hand clothing sites are having a moment as more shoppers favour sustainability, helped by the retro vibes of current fashions. If you've held on to any original gear from the 1980s and 1990s, you'll have plenty of potential buyers. Shamefully though, a quarter of our garments hang around our wardrobes unworn, according to a study by waste reduction group WRAP. If you're not wearing a shirt or a coat, then list it. New items garner the most cash online, so don't remove tags until you're actually going to wear an item. If you're new to this and want to start selling, then make sure you're on the right site. Search your site of choice to see what similar items are listed, their price and what information other sellers are including. The more information, the better, including dimensions for a desk or measurements for a shirt may help your item over someone else's. And many people will search by brand, so have those details to hand. Be honest about any imperfections and show them clearly in images. Upload as many pictures as possible at all reasonable angles. It's easier for items to look good in daylight, so open the curtains and snap away. Setting a price is tough. Look for similar items, but if you think yours is worth more, list it at what you think is a fair price. You can always drop it if it doesn't sell. Sites such as Vinted and eBay will suggest a price range, but it can be on the low side. It is, after all, in their interest to have items that actually sell. All of this takes time, so you may not feel it's worth yours. Balance the effort you put in with the value of the item. A £1 onesie doesn't need an essay to sell, but a £1,000 dining set should have a bit more detail. Buying and selling second-hand has downsides, notably the faff. This is all greater effort than buying new. Forget free shipping, you'll be paying postage more often than not, although it's sometimes free on eBay. Some sites, such as Vinted, have additional fees tacked onto the price. These are made clear on the listings page, but can add a few quid to the overall cost. Returns are also rare. If it doesn't fit or suit, you'll need to relist it yourself. Anyone with severe allergies to pets may want to check with sellers that the item has been suitably cleaned first, and be warned that people have different ideas about condition. An item listed as like new or used very good may arrive looking a little worse for wear. Unlike buying from a retailer, there's no legal obligation for the private seller to disclose faults. You do have rights, such as items must be as described, and all of the sites discussed here have ways to raise complaints. But the process can be long and drawn out, so keep a close eye on photos and be wary of any sellers with poor reviews. Fraud is another concern for buyers and sellers. Sellers should use a tracked service for evidence of deliveries and never pay through a third party using only official transaction methods. For in-person pickups, prioritise your personal safety. Meet in public or when someone else is home. You need not take cash. Bank transfers are instant these days. Raise any issues with the selling site as quickly as possible to avoid missing deadlines. Using postage lockers is a recent innovation. Every and InPost are the big players. You'll often find these located at supermarkets, shopping centres and car parks. If you're picking a parcel up, you can simply scan the QR code that has been sent to you and the locker holding your parcel will pop open. If you're sending a parcel, the process is much the same, and sometimes you don't even need to attach a shipping label. There is one more thing to bear in mind, and that's taxes. The UK government now requests data from selling sites such as eBay and Vinted about prolific sellers. However, the rules target traders or those making a business out of these sites rather than people having a clear out. Vinted hands over the data of anyone with 30 or more sales annually or above £1,735 in sales. Generally, the cut-off for taxes is an annual profit of £1,000. You're unlikely to top that threshold, as you need to consider what you paid for the item. For example, a bike bought for £500 but sold for £50 would not actually be a net profit. That said, it might feel like one to you, and that rusty old bicycle was just hogging space in the garage, and now you've got free space and money in your pocket. Plus, the buyer just got a bike for a great price. Hidden costs may confuse, the potential for fraud may frighten, and deliveries can be frustrating, but get it right and second hand is a win for everyone.
Lucia Ariano was reading that piece, originally written by Nicole Colby and published in the December edition of The Witch magazine. To read it in full, then be sure to become a Witch member. There's a link in the show notes where you can sign up for 50% off the usual annual price. We'll be back next week for another episode of Witch Shorts, but you can also listen to the Witch Money podcast every Friday, where Lucia gives you a dose of personal finance news every Friday alongside our brilliant Witch Money journalists. Just search Witch Money wherever you're listening. Witch Shorts was produced and edited by me, James Rowe, while the exec producer was Samara McCarrath.
Next time you need to get work done on your home, or your car, or your garden, make sure you choose a trader you can trust. And don't just choose any trader, choose a Witch trusted trader. Our trading standards professionals only endorse traders who've passed our rigorous assessment that includes credit reports, customer satisfaction surveys, reference checks, and interviews. When we say a trader is good enough to display our Witch Trusted Trader logo, you can trust us. But don't take our word for it. Search Witch Trusted Traders online to see our directory of around 4,000 traders. Every customer review you read there is verified genuine by our moderators, so you can choose with confidence. To find a local trader you can trust, search Witch Trusted Traders or go to witch.co.uk/traders. That's witch.co.uk/traders. Everybody needs a trader they can trust.